Okay then. Hello everyone. It's DLP here. My hardware failed, so I'm gonna do commentary now. I just finished the second world and my game decided to crash, so yeah. Not sure where I was in terms of the other runners. I imagine it was probably close between whoever's in the lead. I didn't make too many mistakes, but looks like Jepezu is flying through 7-2 here. Oh, gotta be careful. A lot of shooters here. There's no audio. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, there's audio now. Terrific. Looks like Jepezu using a P-Wing to get through 6F1 a little faster. Caddy used a hammer on that rock, actually, so it looks like they are taking the intentional death to fly over and save a little bit of time. Tazel is still working her way through World 2 here, which is World 4. So it looks like Caddy's going to pick up a little bit of time on Jepezu. Other runners in this race are glutamic acid and MIDI guy DP. A little bit of a bummer. I was hoping to be able to play through this one, but such is life. Jepezu showing some nice P-speed through 5-4, I think that is. Oh, Caddy ran out of iframes in 6F1. Gonna have to go back. And Jepezu finds himself in the World 5 airship, where he's going to fight Lemmy. Decent arena to fight him in. Two-hitter. Caddy taking another death on 6F1, so probably getting a little tilted at this point. We're going to swap in MIDI guy for me. It looks like MIDI guy is out to a pretty good lead, it looks like, here. I'm not sure, since I was playing, if he got a cloud or items or something that allowed him to get this far ahead. But he's now... Ooh! About to say watch out for Boss Bass, but he was ready with Fire Flower. Just be careful when he comes back. Showing some nice P-speed here. Watch out for these Paragoombas, though. Yep, just get rid of them first. He's taking his time. Don't blame him. So as of right now, it looks like MIDI guy is in the lead. Jepezu is about a stage and a half behind. And Caddy is about 2.5 levels behind. Tazel working her way through World 6. And no idea where glutamic acid is. MIDI looks like he's playing a pretty good seed, though. He is moving along great. We're getting the stream synced up at the moment, which it looks like we're good now. Caddy is going to fight Lemmy here, a two-hitter. Shouldn't have any problems with this. Good job. Jepezu is going to play through one of the 6 levels. World 6 levels, 6, 2, or 3, or I don't know. These ones always confuse me. Alright, MIDI guy is continuing to blow through World 5 here. Looks like he took one bro that gave him a star, I think I saw. Here's a beta level that I can't stand. And it looks like a wild Growlithe may have appeared.
It's super effective.
How you doing?
Oh, hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
Definitely a beta level you don't ever want to see, especially as small. That Big Bertha starts to get real scary real quick.
Yep, that and the bloopers, if you're small, it's can be a pretty dangerous level to play. But luckily, MIDI guy got through it without taking a death. He's got a ton of items, it looks like. I don't know where he got all those. He must have been playing some bros early, or they got in his way. No, he wasn't on Restream to start.
That's one of those big questions. It's small risk, big reward sometimes if you go for these items, but sometimes that small risk is just not worth it, depending on how close some of these games get. So hopefully that doesn't bite him later.
Yep, for sure. And judging by the lead that he has, I imagine some sort of item helped him out. Maybe a cloud or something. Of course, we won't know unless we go back and watch his stream, but he's going to go through 5-8 here, go back and do the P-Speed. I tend to do this as well because P-Speed through this level is a lot easier than trying to do it the slower way, surprisingly. It's pretty consistent.
Looks like we've got Tazo currently into a Fire Bro fight, wanting to get that extra item. We've got a bit of a misnomer with a lock, just not necessary here. Oh! Disaster Caddy finding Big Boss Bass.
You hate to see it as a runner, you love to see it as a viewer.
Yeah,
Caddy's got to be
on the commentary stuff.
Caddy's got to be a little careful here. They're down to 2 lives, even though it says 1 on the counter, and now they're down to 1. Really,
that is rough, and that is not a place you want to be.
Yeah, this is not a good level to go in small either. They're gonna have to replay whatever the... Oh, and MIDI guy gets hitboxed on Roy. That's gonna give Gepezo a little time to catch up. Tazzle having a P-Wing, which you never like to see going into 7-1. Gets rid of the clip, and it's a lot slower. Caddy's gotta be careful. Okay.
Yeah, that's a rough place for a wing. I'm not sure I understand that there, other than just wanting to get something to get going. You're starting to feel after you have a death, maybe 2, that you're definitely behind, so you start making some plays like that, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, and the game just loves to punish people for that.
Yeah, she has the added benefit of ending 7-1 with a tail. She didn't have to do anything fancy to get over the note bridge in 7-2 as well, and Gepezo's taking the lead from MIDI guy by a couple seconds, so we got a race here. Caddy not too far behind either. Let's see.
It's always amazing seeing the different players and how they come out in regards to some of these things. Like, you really tell a lot about a player by how they do after they lose a couple of really mental breaks there. You get a couple of these fights, especially like a couple Boomerang Brothers in Water that we just saw. Obviously, the arena's going to change now, but that's always just a terrifying place to
Oh, get that one up, Caddy. Get that one up. Oh. Yep, you're absolutely right. Oh my gosh, Gepezo gets the P-Speed in 1-4, accidentally clips through the platform, and still has the wherewithal to save it and get back up there. That was very impressive. Caddy also very impressive. They've been small for the last 3 levels or so, and a Hammer Bro fight. And this, again, is not a level you want to play small. If they take a death here, they're going to be going pretty far back, and Tazzle somehow found 7-5. Not sure where that is. but she wants no part of it. Ah, fork in the road.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick nope if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Very good
And that is
decision.
highly unfortunate for Disaster Caddy, who just suffered a game over. That is something you hate to see for sure. You just lose all wind out of your sails. At least I do. You lose all the wind out of your sails, and you have to start these levels all over. And especially a level like this with some fire chomps to start. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's going to open the door for Tazzle to get back in there a little bit. And Gepezu is flying through this stage. Midi Guy found a hand stage. I didn't see what the item was.
Also, as we have currently a wrestling match going on in the chat between Trenton and a bot. Do follow the runners. They go over in DLP as well. He was running before I was tardy for the first part, so I apologize. But give the runners a follow. These guys do a really, really great job putting on a great show every single time. I love being here. It's always a great time with all of our runners. So do give them a follow. Show them how much you appreciate them for sure.
Caddy, look out for this Paragoomba at the end. Alright, looks like they're going to get through, so a lot better start to World 5 for Caddy. And Midi Guy finds 7F2. I did see a lock. Saw one lock, and then I think there's one at the end, so he's going to have to play a fort, and this is the first one he found, so he's just going to go ahead and play it. My favorite fort in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it looks like we do have a divergence of route. We've got Gepezu now in 3-2.
Yep. Pretty certain Midi Guy did not play this, so Midi Guy is playing through a very long fort, so this could be pretty detrimental to his routing if this isn't it. And same goes for Gepezu at this point. True 50-50 here.
You know, you love to see it, especially in World 5, where we still only have a couple of worlds to go, ultimately. I mean, we've seen
Survey
6 already.
And Midi Guy got it. Oh, Tazzle.
That is crazy. That is well played, well played.
Those spinners at the end can be kind of wild if you're not careful. Yep, Midi Guy's got it. He's built the bridge at the end, so he is built the bridge or broke the lock. So he is he's good. He's just got to find the way there.
And that is a little complicated, it seems, but it looks like we've got the answer of what we're looking for. Midi Guy now going to be the first into World 7's Fortress, and that is an early death for Gepezu on a level with another boss pass.
Yep, he's got the right idea, though. He's going towards the fort that he needs, but Midi Guy is just going to extend his lead even further. He got the lead back, and it's probably going to be about 2 or 3 levels ahead at this point.
Oh yeah, especially given that one of those is 7-2 and the routing. Even if you're clean coming out of the win here for 7-2 after Gepezu finally gets there, just the routing alone could take quite a bit of time for our runners.
Mm-hmm. Let me switch the audio over to Midi Guy.
Midi Guy, who is now into the World 7 castle. This is going to be an interesting place for Midi Guy and Gepezu to try to figure out what's next, because we all know that World 8 is coming up at the end, and that, of course, is the great equalizer in every way, shape, and form. So as Midi Guy gets out of World 6's airship, he is, of course, going to be looking at the Conductor of Calamity with Ludwig von Kuba.
Yeah. All right, so we're a little over halfway through, and this is a long seed. Normally around 27 minutes, you see players close to or even entering World 8, and we're nowhere near that right now. So Caddy rolled the seed, and it looks like they rolled a good one.
Yeah, no kidding. And before anybody asks, no, it was not me. I just came back to try to help with comms.
Yep. You've rolled some doozies in your day.
I've been known to have a couple of fun ones. Something about a World 7-5 start or something, I don't know. Or 7-1 start, that's usually a fun one. And we've seen a couple of those so far. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely getting our value for this run, I think. But it's really hard to have it any other way when we've got an SGLIVE qualifier here. Obviously, we want to give you the best both now and later. So, you know, this is just all part of the plan, right?
Absolutely. Alright. MIDI guy is took the intentional so he could use the P-Wing, saves a little bit of time. Obviously not as good as going in with P-Wing, but anywhere that you can save time in Fort Knox, you're going to take.
Yeah, that's just a huge time waste if you don't have a wing, and it's not even a hard level. If you're new to the game, it can get really disconcerting for a while. But once you kind of figure out the tricks and tips of Fort Knox, it can go pretty quickly, but that tail definitely speeds it up for sure.
Yep. MIDI guy double hammered in the beginning, and he played if there was a lock at the end, he played the right fort, so he's good to go. He's just got to figure out which one of these 3 pipes leads him to the end, and I think he's... nope. I think it might be the very first pipe here.
Well, we should find this out here soon, because Gepezi's doing the exact same thing. He has found a lock. I think that means MIDI guy is good to go here.
Yep, MIDI guy is... he's on fire here with the routing today. He's got a tail as well, so he's going to save a little bit of time flying over the mast.
You know, the almost cruel part of this game is the fact that MIDI guy probably thinks he's behind right now at this point. Probably also doesn't know that he's on stream, but what a showcase, what a clinic being put on here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure he doesn't know that he's on stream. But I'd be surprised if he feels like he's behind, just because every decision he's made so far, he's been right. The only really slip-up he's had is he took a hitbox death to Roy, so he very well could feel behind. We'll see if what sort of routing decisions he makes in 8. That'll give us a little bit of a clue if he feels like he is or not. And World, I think we got World 2 left. Yeah, he's got a hammer for this as well.
It's a great place to be, and looks like it could be a free pipe here too.
Yep. All right, so hammer's great here. He can go around the back end, play 1 fort. Yep, if he's got a cloud, he'll probably cloud that final level. You don't really want to go into World 8 with clouds, even though there's no hand stages. It's all question mark, so it's a little... clouds have a little bit more use in World 8. Gepezi must not have had a tail or a P-Wings. He's taken the long way, so MIDI guy is very much in the driver's seat here, as long as 8 is kind as far as his routing goes.
Yeah, and I love the idea of being a gambling man going into that World 8 with... Oh! What?
Now he feels behind.
MIDI guy just did the rare elusive cover lid. There's actually a lid that will sometimes be on that pipe, and he says, that's enough, I'm out of here. Got the coins, got whatever he needed, and he's out of here. But no item. So yeah, I think the lid on that pipe was sufficient that time.
Yep. For a minute there, I thought he took a death in the airship because of the coin chip, but luckily it wasn't. He didn't burn a cloud. So he's going to be the first in the World 8, grabbing the wand at about 32-38. So MIDI is very much in the lead at the moment. He's about a world ahead of Gepezi, but it's a short world if Gepezi has a hammer, which I'm going to have to take a look at his inventory.
Definitely should be interesting. We've got a mini game coming up here, team. So, chat, it's over to you. How many bridges are we going to find in Bowser's Castle? And really, I think the biggest answer or the biggest question here is, are those clouds going to be useful? And if they are, I mean, there's such a circular nature of Bowser's Castle where you have to go exploring a lot over like 3 or 4 planes, and you have to figure it out. So, should be interesting.
Yep. Except the very first pipe takes us to Bowser's Valley. So it's going to be one bridge, one fort. That sort of spoils all the fun for the bridge guessing. Which fort that's going to be. Oftentimes, you see one bridge, but you have to play 2, 3, 4 forts just to get to where you need to go. So we'll see how World 8 shakes out. He's just sort of doing the runaround at the moment.
Gepezu did not have a hammer, so with the Tanuki command, he does enter into World 2, which is actually World 7 here, because this is random and that makes sense, and actually found himself in 3-1 as that level that normally is where the sun level would be.
Yep, it looks like...
Disaster Caddy now harrowing in on the castle at the end of World 7, which should bring Disaster just a little bit closer to that World 8 finish here soon.
Mm-hmm. Mini guy, see if he can keep the power up. Does it, gets the 1 cycle. And he's playing through the Gatekeeper right now, which oftentimes tends to be a solution in World 8. So there's several locks on the screen in the dark. We should know something after this. Okay. So that broke that lock. He might as well just play this level and go play those other 2 forts at this point. I mean, at least one of them. See if the lock breaks. If it were me, I would probably play the tank to the right. If a lock didn't break, I would go and check to see if that built the bridge. If the lock did break, then go over and play the Navy, and then go from there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've already found the tanks, so it's really just a 50-50 gamble at this point. You know, they're both going to be fortresses, but yeah, definitely to your point, this has been such a linear World 8 so far. I think the castle or the clouds never would have helped. I mean, it really is linear at this point. There's not a lot to choose from. So yeah, that could be just as easy as it is.
Yep, we also have not seen the Air Force icon yet, I believe. I could be mistaken, though. It's kind of hard to watch 4 people at once. But Mitty does find the Navy, which is a very fast fort, very easy. There's not a whole lot that can trip up our top runners. Tazel is trying to get through 7F2 here. Gets through the tunnel. And Gepezu is going to find his way into World 8, which that may have done it for Mitty, so time could be running out on Gepezu here.
Yeah, definitely looking at this entirety. Like, we've got the fortress at the very top that's probably hiding behind something like well, there you go. There's another lock, so that's very interesting to see.
Yep.
But
So
how do you
Mitty's
gain any time back here?
I'm pretty sure Mitty's got it, because if there's a lock... Or wait, no, not necessarily. But he does, so... Terrific routing by Mitty all the way through. Took a couple slip-ups in the coin ship, and nothing he could do against Roy, but very much in the driver's seat. Gets the top clip. Very nice. Turn around so a boo doesn't follow you up here, but doesn't look like there is a boo, so... Oh! Loses the firepower, though.
I think we also have to give special commendation to Gepezu as well, who managed to put on a clinic of a performance. Unfortunately, a little bit of a routing issue. Oh, it looks like we've got Atlantis over on Disaster Caddy's side.
Oh. Okay, then.
And Disaster opting to play this. I'm not sure I understand, but I'm sure there's reasoning for it.
Mitty guy checking both power-ups, hoping for a Fire Flower. Doesn't get it, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Bowser's going to have to stomp 6 times. And doesn't have a hitbox. Hitbox really only in a specific part of his head, so you can duck here. You're not going to take any damage. Mitty guy, I'm sure, is thinking that he's going to get sniped because he lost his Fire Flower. Little do we know, he is in the driver's seat. We have not. We also have glutamic acid out there, though, who could potentially snipe his time. One more stomp. And that does it. GG to Midi Guy. Get your GGs in chat.
Very well played for sure. And to your point earlier, I mean, we've seen this community over the last couple of years really grow and evolve into being such an incredible source of talent. And we've seen new players come in and they've been doing a great job. I mean, even Tozzle and Disaster, who are in Worlds 5 and 6 respectfully, who are just really doing a great job with this. I mean, that's still a fantastic time so far. And Midi Guy coming in as #1 at an official time of 38:32 is just incredible. I mean, it shows what kind of a seed they had to deal with. Disaster Caddy now pulling off some really nice clips in 7-9 and really showing what they're made of.
Yep, Midi Guy. He is 2 tournaments in a row semifinalist, so he can play the game. Really good player. So when you add that along with making all the correct routing decisions, he had great power-ups when he needed them. All that's going to translate to a really nice win for him. So GG's again to Midi Guy. Very well done. And it looks like he's going to be joining us any second. He is, and there he is, Midi Guy. Welcome, GG.
GG. That was a long one.
Yeah, I was about to say. So let me ask you a question. At which point did you feel like you were behind or going to get sniped? When you took the hitbox death to Roy, fell off the coin ship, or lost Fireflower?
Well, when I fell off the coin ship, I felt like I just kind of broke even on that because, well, the bro ran away, and it would have taken more or less the same amount of time to beat the pros that
True.
As the death. Roy scared me, yeah, especially like I took one hitbox and well, great, and then I got hitbox again on the second battle, and yeah, I thought I was gonna get double death on Roy there, and I was getting scared there. That's for sure.
Yeah. I know no matter how well I'm playing, when I'm in Bowser's Castle and I lose my power-up, I just assume I'm going to get sniped, so I would have been pretty nervous in that situation.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, well, I'm just going to hope for a lucky power-up at the end, which in the end, there wasn't. It was just a bunch of stars.
Yep, I didn't get to see the beginning of the seed, obviously, because I was racing until my hardware failed, but it looked like you had a pretty decent amount of power-ups to start. From when I started watching, it looks like you made pretty much all the correct routing decisions, as opposed to, out of all the people that we saw, you made, like, every correct routing decision, and really none of the other players did that. Chipezu was the closest one to you at the time, and he took the wrong fort in 7, so that's where you sort of built your lead on him.
Gotcha. Yeah, there was a lot of really nasty 50-50s in this one, if you ask me overall. Like, well, just in general 50-50s, but especially in World 7, where either choice makes you play a level as well to check the fort. And then there was World 3. I'm real glad I had the double hammer. It looks like Tozzle just used a double hammer too. And I was able to go straight to the required fort, which I was really hoping it was Fort Knox. In fact, I'm a bit surprised now that I think about it. I'm a bit surprised I saw Fort Knox there, since 7F2 was in World 7. Which I was really hoping that was the fort. That was probably the most scared I was throughout that whole run, was hoping that 7F2 was the fort. Since I also played an extra hand stage on the way to that, which gave me a hammer. I was like, alright, I have 3 hammers for both Worlds 2 and 3, and I felt like that'll help me greatly, which I'd say it did, especially World 2.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you got to do that backdoor play in World 2, which essentially made it a basically a free world. You know, a fort and a
Yeah.
level. It's not too bad.
Mhm.
Chipezu, it looks like, is entering Bowser's castle. He has a pretty unique way to kill Bowser. He's missing though. There we go. All right. Whew. Took a little bit of damage at the end, but looks
Pretty
like he
easy,
is
guys.
going to finish in second place, depending on where glutamic acid is.
Yeah, I think Gepezu just about always takes damage after defeating Bowser each time, since Bowser just raises up each time.
Yeah.
It's basically choreography at this point.
Yep, and Gepezu has finished in second place with a time of 43 minutes and 37 seconds. So get your GGs in chat to him.
GG there. But yeah, with the start we had, I was prepared for a 40 plus again.
Yeah, it was shaping up that way. That's what I was saying in the commentary. It was, you're going into the 6th world at like 27 minutes. I said usually, well, not usually, but a lot of times players are getting close to 8 or entering 8 around that time. But with these bracket flags, it's not uncommon to get a seed like this.
For sure.
Just not much you could really do about it.
Yeah, like and World 6 was just no, you were just going the long way, no matter what. There was no getting around that. And
Yep.
World 5 as well. World 5 made you do a lot. World 1 made you do a decent amount even, and I forget
Yeah,
what the
World
second
4
one
as well.
Yeah,
That was
oh,
the
yeah,
last
that's
world
right.
I finished before things went south.
That's right, because the only pipe you could get into literally just started you at the vanilla starting spot, and you had to play those stages no matter what.
Mhm.
And both forts, of course, no matter what. Ooh, door 3 attempt right there. And I'm just thinking of my first door 3 2 nights ago. Fun times.
Oh, nice. I've never done it before. I don't think I've also ever tried it either.
Well, I had a P-Wing during that fort, and I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna go for door 3, and even if I don't get it, I can just fly under and just go into the right door afterwards. And just, lo and behold, just door 3 just works right there and then. I'm like, well now, alright, I'm rolling with that, for sure.
Nice. Tazzle clutching out that Wendy fight at the end. She was in some serious danger there, and luckily got out of it.
Disaster Caddy not running off the pipe like I did. And that was a cloud? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course.
That was a cloud. It looks like Caddy did not notice that they could have used the hammer there to save some time, so they played it. Looks like an extra level. Tazzle, get your hammer? Oh, she doesn't have one.
Just watch that coin chip be a hammer. No, I don't think we're gonna find out because it's gonna run away after this level. But yeah. 3-1. So that's what I skipped. All right then. It's something. 6-6 scared me.
Yeah, I had a fire flower, so I cruised through it pretty easily, but yeah, it was pretty trolly seed up until, well, as much as I played of it. Just long and
at the very least, we didn't need a cloud to get past 7-5. There's that. It was just on a split. I can't remember what the other stage was. Was it? No, I can't remember right now.
Yep, everybody can thank Disaster Caddy for rolling this one. Might have to get them to roll some seeds in the tournament once it starts.
Yeah, we gotta... I think Caddy will be the master of the long seeds at this rate, probably. Because other than Link, that wasn't too bad, but... And routing maps. Oh, look, there's the runoff pipe for that Disaster Caddy. I guess everyone's gonna have one or something. I don't know. Maybe not.
Caddy played Atlantis at one point. I don't know where it was or why they played it, but assuming they assumed it was required.
Dang.
Caddy went
see it.
and played a fort that did not need to be played there, super tanks. Luckily, it was it's a shorter fort.
For sure. And there's the fake tank right there that Disaster Caddy is checking out. Yeah, I could have played through this just to get to the next part, but in the end, I'll just take the fine. It's early, so I was like, a lot of other pipes that I can check. So that's basically what I did at that point. In the end, I found my way around anyway. But yeah.
Yep. Looks like we're trying to sub in glutamic acid, who is in World 8 himself. Still not finished yet. Disaster Caddy going through Gatekeeper, which you had a very nice one cycle through this.
Yeah, that worked out. At the end of the hallway here, I was just in the back of my mind, I was just hoping for a boo. I was just ready for a boo this time. I was ready to duck, and sure enough, there was a boo. And then a boo right there, too. That was nice. Kind of worked out there.
So Tazzle skipped the super tank. So she is, she's choosing to go through the regular tank. Probably doesn't want to lose her Fire Flower. I think she's got a pretty low inventory at the moment.
Looks like Glutamic just got the Bowser's Castle as well.
Yep. So barring a catastrophe, he will finish in third. Oh, and minor catastrophe there. And it's
this could
getting
turn into
worse.
a major one here.
Yep. Oh boy. All right.
With fire.
Yep.
Fire
There's no
waffles.
power-ups in this, as we know. He went for both of them. Couple of stars.
Yeah. If I lose my power up, I'm always gonna go for that. I'm almost always gonna go for the power up down there, hoping it's a Fire Flower. And if it's not, I'm going down.
Yeah, I'll always check the first one. The second one just depends on how I felt the seed went and who I'm playing and stuff like that. Just because I really don't like this bottom section. The platforms aren't donut blocks, so they won't fall, and you can sort of use the falling donuts to your advantage sometimes. And the Bowser Arena is a little harder, in my opinion, because you're on even ground.
Yeah, I'm assuming you have to stand a little more precisely if you want to do the fire kill on top there.
Yep.
For him to jump towards you and not hit you.
Glutamic is getting really trolly pattern here, not allowing Bowser to... The fireballs are not allowing him to get stomped, and it looks like he's not even going to take the risk. I think Caddy is playing another fort that does not need to be played, so...
No, I never saw Spike 4, that's for sure.
Yep, so... Tazzle's got a chance for fourth here. Glutamic gets through, finishes with a time of 52 flat, according to Race Time GG. And now Caddy is in the fort that builds the bridge, the Navy.
And Tazzle's still looking for the way to get to the required fort, which looks like she's practically going to be pushed to play that super tank probably at this rate. No matter what. Well, no matter what. She could go left here. We'll see after this level.
Yep. Oh, she hasn't played, what is this, 7-4 yet?
Yeah. Yeah, this... I can't remember, but I could have sworn I got trolled a little here. Well, no, actually, I just walked on a jellyfish. Confusing with 6-6 right now. Maybe I'm just thinking of a 7-4 that I recently saw that was actually pretty trolly. Bloopers kind of just, like, flash appearance.
Yep.
I can hardly dodge kind of timing, I guess you could say.
Caddy's
like...
showing that Vertical pipes are one of the true final bosses. No fire flower. We're gonna have to do this. Gepezu's the only one that got a fire kill on Bowser. Tazzle is in the right fort.
Yeah, and from what I gathered too, once I saw the no lock breaking, and nice with the star clip there, when I saw the no lock breaking in the dark screen, I knew that the bridge had been built because I didn't see any other locks anywhere else from the beginning. So I figured that the dark screen had 3 locks in it, even though I only saw 2.
Yep, that's what I said to Growlwolf at the time. I said, I'm going to play this tank. If a lock doesn't break, I'm going to go back and check because it's likely building the bridge. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it looks like that's what Tazzle's doing right now as well. Bridge is built.
Yep.
I did not get any music boxes in this run either. I wonder where there were music boxes. Oh.
Go back, respawn the platform.
Or you could do that. That works too.
Yep, that works too. Looks like Caddy is going to finish in 4th place with a time of 54 minutes and 33 seconds per race time. And Tazzle is not far behind.
Just a few more jumps here, and she's all ready to go. Oh! Not interested. Going back up to the top hallway. Let's see how this looks, because I have no idea.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we're seeing this. Ooh!
Ooh!
Take your
Ouch.
time. FU laser? Yep.
Yep. Almost a requirement if you don't see any others. Every once in a while you won't see any troll lasers at all in that room, but it's really rare.
Mm-hmm.
Always astounded when I don't see it after I don't see other lasers.
Looks like she's got Bowser in a good pattern. And
Yep.
barring, again, complete catastrophe, should finish in 5th place. And it looks like she will get the kill, sub-hour. Very nice for all of our runners here. Looks like she is going to finish in 5th place with an official race time GG time of 56 minutes and 5 seconds. So get your GGs for our runners, everybody. Give them a follow as well. Everybody suffered enough that they deserve to get a couple follows from it, I think.
That was a gauntlet. A lengthy gauntlet. That's the gauntlet part of it.
Yep.
Man. You gotta need to get a qualifier that's a jet seat to help my average time here.
Yeah, the other 2 that I played in, they weren't slow, but they weren't fast. It looks like the very first week was the only one that was a really fast time. Curious to see what I could have put up in this, but things happen sometimes, and that's all you can do.
Yep, rando be rando.
Yep.
Which is fine. I like
Gepezu, it's not going to join the interview. Usually doesn't. Doesn't look like Glutamic or Disaster is going to. We'll see if Tazzle does. We'll give it a few minutes, and if not, it's probably going to do it for us, but we'll see if she wants to come in and voice her displeasure with this seed.
Sounds like a plan. Speaking of displeasure, I don't think I saw 5-9. Neither and I did not see 5-3 either. Or 7-8.
From what I saw, nobody saw any of those levels. The only really bad level that you didn't see, because you saw 6-6, Tazzle saw 7-5 in the fork in World 6 at the end.
Yeah.
And then Disaster Caddy found Atlantis somewhere and played through it. Not sure where that was. It wasn't required.
Yeah, because I never saw it. And I only skipped stages with items at the end, so, and I assume this was a little closer to the beginning. Could be wrong.
I don't remember at this point.
Yeah, I wonder if Tozzle's going to join us for an interview. Hard to tell.
Any other thoughts about the seed?
Oh, it was just long. It was mainly long, and routing was tricky. Routing was definitely tricky here. Long and lots of options, lots of choices for diversions. But no, overall, it's still fun. Always is, and I'm thankful to everyone that puts this on, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yep, absolutely. Me too at this point.
For sure. Next one I'll probably be able to take part in will be next Tuesday, probably. We'll see how it goes.
Gotcha. Alright, let me just reach out real quick, see if we're going to get an interview. Oh, they weren't marked done, so they can't join an interview, but I marked them done now.
Oh, that'll probably help. I thought it was automatic. I was actually surprised that I got a notification for an interview, since I could have sworn I wasn't on the restream, but I guess I was swapped.
Yeah, when mine went down, they swapped you in for.
Gotcha.
And it looks like we have Caddy in the commentator's booth. Nice see that you rolled.
Thanks. The road 4 was a big struggle. It took 11 minutes for me to beat it.
Dang, what was 6-6 the wall?
I don't think that 6-6 was the biggest wall. I had a couple issues with Judas 3 actually.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the problem with Caddy was they were small, pretty much for most of World 5, and were down to 0 lives, and made it up to the top area, and took a game over. So that really put them back a ways, unfortunately.
I see. Yeah. There was a lot of stages to do in that world. That makes sense.
Yeah. I really thought that I was going to be last, since this took so long, but I wasn't. But it was only 2 minutes difference with Tussle.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of levels to play, and there's a lot of places too where divergence in routing would just cost a lot, but there was almost no real way to predict what was the way to go. Really, it was coin flips. There was a lot of coin flips in this seed overall.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. Caddy, you were the only one to find Atlantis. I'm not exactly sure where that was at the time, but I don't think it was required because nobody else found it or played it.
Well, it was required for me since I only had 1 hammer in Road 3, so I wasn't able to skip the levels.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Unlucky.
I see. That makes sense. Also, ouch, really. Atlantis was there. Dang.
Well, I have history with seeds featuring Atlantis, so I have played that level a couple of times, so it would be terrible if I have never done that level. Or just a couple of times.
It's nice when you start with that level, though. Then you don't have to worry about it later.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yep, just an overall really long seed. I don't think too many people are going to be using this one for their qualifying time, but there are
Definitely not.
plenty more to go. I think there's five or six more qualifiers to go, so plenty of time to get that average down. And anybody out there watching the restream, you can still sign up for SGL. You have to play at least one qualifier, but the more the merrier. So sign up, get in there, and we could always use more people.
For sure, for sure. Crazy thing. Currently, this seed is one. This time is one of my top 2 right now. At least
Oh,
for
really?
now.
Oh yeah, you'll be lowering that average. I have no doubt.
This was my first game I played, so definitely going to play 2 more.
Yeah, I think we have like 4 more qualifiers left, or maybe 5. I think.
There was one more left with the same time, so that means I need to play one match at 4 a.m. at my time.
Gotcha. Dang, we're all becoming night owls after this for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Well, I'm already a night owl, but anyway. But no, this was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yep, it looks like Tazzle is joining us, and she is here. Welcome. How did you like that seed?
We've decided that Caddy's never allowed to roll seeds again. I think that's the unanimous decision.
Oh
First
man,
impression you've done.
That was pretty special. I think it probably would have gone a little bit better had I not, or had I practiced or had time to play SMB3R in the last month. But even still, you know how I always say, what's that underwater level that I'm always like is not so bad? I think we got the worst enemy set on that of all time. Those mama bloopers. I can hear True Hyper's voice screaming about the mama bloopers from that level. Oh my goodness gracious. I think I died at least 6 times.
well, there were several
Dang.
underwater levels, so you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. 7.4, the beta, 6.6.
Was it the beta where you started on top where there was no water, then you go backward to the left?
That one was okay.
Water?
That beta was fine. It's the one that has like the black, it's underground and it's got the black star background. You can go up for a power up or go under. 6.6. I think it's 6.6.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
That was,
one's usually nightmare fuel all the
It was
time.
terrible.
I
I
usually
was,
don't have that much trouble, but that one was bad.
That was
Bad.
I was
Yeah.
still playing at that point, and I had a fire flower, so I cruised through that pretty easily. But if I didn't have the fire flower, it would have been terrible.
I was in
I went in
scary
small.
land.
Yeah.
I was big, became small, had to do the second half small. It was scary, very scary. Yeah. Remind me, was it last quarter small? Still scary though.
Yep, that's rough.
I also felt like we
Tazzle,
had to play every single level, like all of the levels.
Yeah, it was long. It was really long, especially the first half. Oh dang! I think I was entering world 5 at like 22 minutes or so, something like that. So I was like, oh boy, are we in for another 40 here? Like it was really looking like a clean run was still gonna give you like a 40 or something like that. There, like that's what it was looking.
Yeah, there were very few places to shorten that up, and MIDI basically had the tools to do that. He had the double hammer for World 3, and then he had a hammer in World 2, so he could take the back door to the fort, and he didn't have to play an extra level there.
Oh, that's nice. I had the double hammer for 3, but I didn't have the hammer for 2.
Well, it's a good thing you had the double hammer, because as Caddy found out, Atlantis was on the route through 3 if you didn't have the double hammer.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm really glad that I saved it. I contemplated wasting it on 6, and I was like, I'm not doing it for 1 level. I'm keeping it for 3. Glad that worked out then. That would have been
So that's because I have had only 1 hammer. I use it in road 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where it cost you.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. Well, it's a long seed, and we've been talking here for a little bit. So, does anybody have any other any final words on the seed that you can say on stream?
Looking forward to Saturday seed. Can't possibly be worse, right?
Well, you
That's a
say
joke.
that.
It's going to be worse now. I'm just tempting them. I'm just tempting the RNG gods out there, to see what they can do.
Just
That's all.
taunting them,
I think we need
Yeah.
takes
taunting
to
in
roll
their
that
general
save.
direction. Yeah.
Fluffing my feathers,
Yeah. We'll have Dust Minion or Ikaros roll that one. They roll pretty good seeds, so hopefully we can get a
Noted.
good one for people I won't be able to play in that one, unfortunately.
Guess I'll dodge a bullet
But
there too then.
but yeah, if nobody has anything else, it's gonna do it for us. And like Tazel said, there will be another qualifier in a couple days on Saturday at 9 p.m. So come on back and watch the next one. And yeah, that's going to do it for us here at Speedgaming. So GG's, everybody.
GG's,
Alright.
everyone.
Yep. Have a good weekend.
Thanks
Take
for
care,
being here.
everybody.
All right.
It was fun.
Take care.
Bye.